Hello, Collective. It's G here from Good Thread Terror, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message has found you blessed and full of abundance, as always, my sweets. Okay, so I already have some cards out here. Let's go ahead. It's time to make a decision. You just learned, or you are about to learn, some information that is going to ultimately help you make something that you have felt like indecisive about, or something that you've been on the fence about, a decision that you have been wondering which direction you should choose or where you should go. You are going to be getting the information and being put on the right path. You are going to be making a decision, a final decision on something. Okay? And there's a situation here where you are, oh my goodness, one of my cards just frayed. The corner of it just peeled back. What card is that? Seven of Pentacles. So a seed. Like you're going to see the truth of something, like something that was planted in the past. Let me see how I want to say this. It was a seed that was planted, something that you've been working on. You're going to see the truth of it, or see, so Spirit is showing me like a sprout, like a seed sprout is like growing. And you're going to start seeing results. So something that you put into motion in the past, you're going to start seeing results, and it's going to help you make an ultimate decision on a path to take forward. And I think ultimately you are going to decide that something that you were trying to grow or something that you were trying to work on is not worth it, or is not giving back what you expected from it. There's a seed here from the past that you're deciding to cut off, and realizing that maybe perhaps you thought that you were growing, say, an apple tree, but then come to realize that it actually was like a weed or something like that. There's something about here about maybe perhaps that's just kind of like the metaphor that they're showing me. It's kind of like, oh, somebody gave you a seed and they said, oh, this is an apple tree, plant it in your garden. It'll grow apples and it'll give the luscious, most beautiful apples you've ever seen. And it'll give back to you year after year after year. All you have to do is take care of it. And you're like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Thank you. This is such a wonderful gift. You went into your garden, you planted it, you tended to it. And then you saw that a weed, that it was really just like a snake, like it could have been something where it's like a kind of, what is it they say, like a snake oil salesman. So you could have bought a lie, or been told a falsity, something about yourself, or something about, somebody could have told you, I'm going to work with you, or I'm going to, if this is like a relationship, it could have been a person that was like, we're going to plant these seeds together. We're going to build a family together. We're going to have a beautiful, loving relationship together. And now you're seeing that it was false, but now you are being able to uproot that weed, uproot those things, and realize, no, this was a weed. You had your moment of tears and you're crying and the heartbreak of it. You realize the betrayal of it, right? So I feel like this betrayal is more in the past, and now it's kind of more along the lines where you're like, okay, I can let go of this. I can move on. I can let go of this. I can be happy again. I can realize that, okay, so sometimes there are liars out there, right? There are liars out there. My dog is thirsty. So maybe you felt like you rushed too quickly into a relationship, or you really wanted something here. And so you were more willing. Sometimes we just have to tell ourselves, I was gullible. I was willing to believe the lies because I really wanted to be chosen, or I wanted it to be my time, or I really wanted this relationship to work, or I really thought these people were my friends, or I really thought this job was going to just be so perfect. I thought it was my time to shine. And Spirit is saying, it's your time now. But sometimes we have to walk a few steps down, down the wrong path to realize, this is the wrong path. It's looking kind of ooky. It's looking kind of spooky. It's looking kind of like, now that I'm looking around, it's looking like I'm going the wrong direction, So, instead of saying, no, I'm going to stick with this. I can tell that I'm going in the wrong direction. I know that this relationship isn't going anywhere. I know that this, instead of doubling down and being like, no, I'm going to stay in this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep, what? From my expertise, I know that this is not what an apple tree sapling looks like, but it looks like a weed. But you know what? This person, I'm just going to believe that that's not what was happening, that I'm not being misguided. And it's kind of this scenario of like your intuition, your expertise, your life experience was telling you this isn't the one. You didn't really listen, and you let it go. Right? Like that person put an apple seed. It's like, oh no. And it's like, this is looking like no apple seed I've ever seen before. And this person's like, trust me, it's apple seed. And now you're realizing, no, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. That was a lie. This is not a relationship. This is not a friendship. This is not my forever home. This is not my forever job, my forever career. I thought it was going to be something different. But instead of denying myself, continuing to deny the truth that I know in myself, I'm going to lick my wounds. I'm going to admit to myself, okay, you effed up. This ain't it. I gotta be honest with myself. I can't lie to myself about this anymore. I gotta admit this ain't it. And I gotta move on. I gotta cut my losses. So some of you are realizing that, it's not worth it to keep investing in this. I need to pull back and I need to just let me just go sit my cheeks down somewhere, okay, and get myself together. All right? Let me just take a few steps back, go sit down on the curb over there and just take a few deep grounding breaths. Look at myself in the mirror and say, you was a fool. It's okay. We all make mistakes. We're all fools sometimes, It's okay, baby. You got it. Okay, now. You sat down and you cried for a minute. Now it's time to say, okay, now we can't stay on this curve forever. Now what are we really going to do? Now what we're going to fucking do, okay, is stand up. We're going to take our butt to the store, to the farmer's market, okay? Not to the rankety shake shack on the corner. Or I'm going to take myself down to the legitimate store, okay? And I am going to buy what I know are actual apple seeds. And I'm going to start over. I'm going to rip these weeds up. I'm going to refertilize the soil. Maybe I missed out on this growing season. Maybe I missed out on this season, but I won't miss out on next season. I'm going to go to where I know what's right. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I'm going to buy those seeds. I know I should have just bought those seeds to begin with. And I'm going to bring them home and I'm going to plant the real deal. And I know that it might take a little bit longer. But sometimes we just have to walk down the detour and we just got to okay, you're right. Let me just not do that. Okay? I learned my lesson. Let me just not. If it's not working, that means that there's no longevity here. And I just need to stop. I need to stop lying to myself about what this is. I need to, here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo. I just need to be honest with myself, okay? The sun is shining bright. It's a brand new day. I got a brand new watering pail full of fresh water. I got some fertilizer. And I'm just going to pluck up these weeds. Burn them. Throw them away. Okay? And I'm going to plant my new seeds. I'm going to do what I knew that I should have been doing the whole time. So there is this kind of feeling of like, yeah, because Spirit is literally showing me you like walking down the street, like you're walking down the street, going to the store, and then, somebody jumps out of the bushes and they're like, come here, child. And they reach into and they're like, have you ever seen these seeds right here? You're like, no, I was just going to the store to go get some apple seeds. Apple seeds? These are some apple seeds right here. This doesn't look like any apple seed. Trust me. And you're like, oh, well, okay. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. Okay? Somebody jumped in along the way. Maybe they rattled up your confidence. Okay? Somebody jumped in here and said, wait a minute here. Let me just put my 2 cents in. Let me just put my karmic ass 2 cents in. And you said, okay. Maybe I'm down with the karmic shit a little bit. Maybe I just need to walk a little bit down this path. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You know what? I think not. But what did you find? Here came out in between this outside energy with this 3 of Cups and the Devil energy. What is it? The strength. The energy in the energy in the deck that can overcome this Devil energy. And in this, you found your confidence. You said, you know what? I'm not going to doubt myself anymore. I knew what was right. I knew what was wrong. I took a few steps down the wrong path. But I pulled myself up and I said, you know what? I knew from the beginning this was the wrong path. I knew this wasn't the one. I knew I was the one. And I shouldn't have doubted myself, and I won't do it again. And I made it through that trial. I made it through that karma. I did what I needed to do. I learned my little spankety spank lesson that I learned, okay? I took my little spanking, but on the other side of it, I'm coming out with much more strength of character, of understanding, much more willpower to go down the right path. It was 11:11 down the clock right when I said that. Okay. And now it's time to let go of this betrayal from the past. It's time to let go of this. For some of y'all, it was self-sabotage, right? Somebody came along and was like, because you know what, I was just thinking that maybe I didn't really actually know how to plant seeds, and I couldn't actually take care of an apple tree and keep it alive and grow it. Oh yeah, apple trees, they're a thing of the past. This is the newest thing. Plant this instead. Okay. When the whole time you knew that you had a dream about an apple tree growing. And then when you woke up, you said, I need to go get an apple tree. And on your way to the store to buy an apple tree, somebody jumped out on the path and said, oh, apple trees aren't anything that you know. You don't need to do. And you were thinking, maybe I don't. Yeah, exactly, you don't. You don't know anything about apple trees. So this is what you need to do instead. Spirit said, well, now you know. Okay? Now you know, and now I'm here standing in my fortification that I'm going to continue upon my way to the store to go get some apple seeds, because I know that that's what I was taught to do. I know that that's what Spirit wanted me to do. I had to go on this little journey to go inside and find myself. It was just a little detour, but now I need to go. Now I need to continue onto my way, because I've got to go to the store and I've got to buy these apple seeds, because that's what Spirit has taught me to do. I've got to go to the store, I've got to get these apple seeds, I got to take them home, and I got to plant it, and I'm going to grow me a whole field of apple trees. Spirit showed me being an old person sitting there in a field surrounded by apple trees. You know, and I can sit there and I can admit to myself, I don't know a thing about being an apple farmer. But I just tell you, I can't beat that feeling of what I felt like sitting in that apple grove. Being that apple farmer, seeing all my trees surrounding me growing and bearing beautiful, beautiful fruit. I bit into one of those apples in that dream, and it was the most delicious apple I'd ever tasted in my life. And I can't tell you the level of satisfaction. And when I woke up, all I could think about was wanting to go get an apple tree and plant an apple tree. So yeah, something that you might have had planned, you might have realized it wasn't going to work. Maybe this little detour showed you that the way you were thinking, or the way you were moving, or the way you was walking or talking, or that you was kind of on shaky ground. Clearly. But now you're coming out of this rock solid. No, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go to the store, and I'm supposed to buy an apple, and I'm becoming an apple farmer. Whatever I did in the past is over. I've gone through this transformation, and ain't nothing gonna do till I go home and I get that apple seed and I plant it. And I might be at the very beginning. You know, I might know nothing about it, but everybody's got to start somewhere. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And I'm facing my fears. anything that I felt like was holding me back, anything in my mind that I kept, all the fears and the doubts and the doubting voices and all of this stuff that told me that I couldn't do it or I couldn't be it, it's over. I've gone inside and I've faced my demons. And I've come out of it a little wounded, but those 10 swords are out of my back. Because there was something here, Spirit said you were holding back. Right? For some of you, you did end up going to the store. And you did end up buying that apple tree or that apple seed. But on your way home, somebody jumped out and said, oh, apple seeds, throw them away. Plant this instead. And so the whole time back in the back of your cabinet are those apple seeds waiting for you to do what you know God told you to do. And you held back. I guess you had to go on this little detour, 1555. You had to go on this little detour to learn what needed to change. Exactly. It let you know that there was something here you wasn't ready. There's something inside of you. A feeling deep inside of you. Something hidden deep inside, and you needed to go inside and you need to figure it out. Yeah, I'm hearing Spirit say, as much as we would have loved you to not take this little detour, if you took it, it was because you needed to take it. And now you learn lessons that you didn't know you needed to know. Now you're ready. Now you're really ready. So don't have any fears, don't have any doubts. Hold on to what you know exactly. You know what your truth is, so hold on to it. Exactly. Grab that brand new watering pail that you got and water those seeds. Because Spirit is filling up your cup. The opportunity for a brand new cycle is opening up right now. Leave behind what doesn't serve you. Commit to this. Commit to this brand new cycle. Because like I said, God is going to fill up that cup in this new cycle. Maybe what you didn't realize is that, all God needed you to do was go and get that apple seed and plant it. And then the next day he was going to lead you to go down to the library, and there would have been the perfect book right there teaching you how to plant your apple tree. How to grow an apple orchard. Trust and have faith in the plan. Trust and have faith in the plan. That's what Spirit is saying. Trust and have faith in the plan. Because you had all this pain and all this burden on your back. And for some of you, you didn't even know. You didn't even know how deep the self-sabotage went. You didn't even know you didn't even know that you had this weakness inside of you. But now you do. Now you know better. Exactly. You found the healing energy. You went inside on this hermit journey and you found that star energy that you needed inside of you. But what I said you found that watering pail and here you are pouring it out. And look at all these little saplings. Look at all these little saplings growing here as you're taking in this water and pouring it out here. Look at all these little saplings growing. Oh, yeah. Come on now. Come on now, Empress. Nurture this. Allow this to grow. Give it the space and the time and the energy that it needs. Because it will be prosperous. Sometimes we need that Three of Swords to bring the rain, to open up our emotions, to unlock those things inside of us. Sometimes there's Three of Swords hidden inside of us, and we've been holding on to it for so long we didn't even know that it was still there until somebody pointed it out to us. And whoever this was, whatever this trial was here, it lets you know what wasn't right for you and what is. Now that you know what you don't want to do what you know you should have been is right for you. Do what you know is right for you now. Walk away from what doesn't serve you anymore. Right? And this is what's happening here in this Eight of Cups, right? This person has invested 8 cups in whatever this is. But they realize that there's a Nine of Cups and there's a 10 of Cups out there, which is why they're turning around and walking away from this 8 cups. Wheel of Fortune. It's your time. Ooh, the Tower. Sudden change. Right? That's you going out there and realizing, you know what? Right? It's like somebody giving you some seeds and you're like, here, plant this. And you know what they ended up plant? They ended up giving you some kudzu. Y'all know about kudzu? Oh my Lord. I don't know if you got kudzu where you're from, but it's everywhere here where I'm from. Right? And the person that brought kudzu to America is not native here to America. It's not native to the United States. Somebody brought it in here because they thought it looked nice. And they didn't realize how invasive it was. How hard it was to get rid of. And it is everywhere. If it even a little slightest little tiniest little sliver of it is left. A whole entire forest, a whole entire field will grow back in one season. It's so crazy to get rid of. It's so invasive and so strong and just it's crazy. Right? And it started growing and it started growing and it started just taking over your whole entire. It kind of looks like this, like this vine right here. It started taking over and you said, this is kind of crazy because this right here ain't right. And you probably had to put a lot of work into getting rid of this. Right? Because whatever the thought was, whatever it was quite invasive. It went quite deep. But it made you realize, this ain't it. This ain't it for me. And I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was quite painful to be like, oh my gosh, a Three of Swords. But you needed to know. Now, justice. The scales can be balanced. The wrongs can be righted. And you walking away from whatever this is with the knowledge that you have now is your justice. And sometimes it can feel like this weight is a burden. The weight of seeing this and the betrayal that it was, it can feel like a burden. But Spirit wants it to be more of a wake-up call than a burden. They want you to drop this burden and they want you to be here at this 10 and drop it back down to the 1 and let it be the inspiration and the passion and the drive that you need to go out there and rip up all those weeds out of your garden and plant that right seed where it's supposed to be and allow that to grow. Don't waste any more of your time on whatever this was. Because whatever it is not growing. Whoever it is, whatever it is, it's not for you. And it's okay. You had to walk down this path and you had to figure that out. But it's time now. Don't give any more pinnacles to this person right here. It's over. Go seek your justice. Go seek your emotional fulfillment. Yeah. Just don't look at this. This temperance energy is coming here to let you know, baby, there are 10 cups out there. Stop wasting your time babysitting 8. Don't invest any more energy and time into whatever this is. Invest it into yourself. And go get your 10 cups. Invest it into that which gives to you. Because for a lot of you, you was investing in something that's not giving back to you at all. It might have been fun. It might have been flirty. It might have felt good for a second, but yeah, exactly. Gain your independence from that. It's time to go. Okay, do you have any more messages for my collective before I close this out, Spirit? 1. Yeah, they just keep saying stop wasting your time with people, places, and things that don't give back to you. When your intuition tells you this is going nowhere, believe it. When you have that feeling that that person is lying to you and they're not worth your time, believe it. When you have that feeling that it's time, you know what, it's time to put my CV out there, to put my, my resume out there and stop shopping around, stop shopping around for something else. It's time. Believe it. Trust in yourself. Because there's something here about somebody's lying to you and you know they're lying. They're playing right in your face and you know it. Maybe for some of you, that's what it was. You knew the whole time. You were like, I know this person's lying to me, or I know they're cheating on me, or I know it ain't right for me. But you kept them around. Spirit is saying, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Because when you show the universe what you think you deserve, and you show the universe what you think you deserve by what you tolerate. And if you'll pick up that sword and cut, snip, 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 right quick, the universe will say, oh, this person doesn't play. They don't play with their time. They don't play with their money. They don't play with their energy. They don't play with people playing in their face, smiling and talking ish about them behind their back. They don't play with that. They don't have time for that. Okay? But if you show the universe, oh yeah, I'm willing to give somebody 1,000 chances, then they're going to continue to put people in your face that require you to give them 1,000 chances. Why? Why you wanna have somebody around that you got to give 1,000 chances to? You are the creator of your own reality. So what you tolerate and the energy that you show the universe, not just what you say, but what you show the universe by how you act and the people that you keep around you and what energies you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk? Do you got it in you to do what you need to do? Don't just say yeah. Be about it. You got it? There you go. And that's what it is, y'all. That's what I have for you today. I thank y'all so very much for being here with me as always. I'm a little hoarse today because I went to the Day of the Dead festival here in my town. And some of my friends, their kids were dancing, and we were yelling and screaming and shouting, and whew, we was having a good time. I had a really good time. It was fun. But I hope y'all are out there. I hope you're putting yourself out there. I hope you're going out there and you're having a good time despite what you might have been through in the past. You know, I hope that you're having good times with good people, okay? And I'm very proud of you for being brave enough to go out there, to do what you need to do, to cut off the people you need to cut off, to stop giving and stop, to do the smart thing for yourself, to invest in yourself instead of investing in people that always just show up with their hand out and nothing else. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. As always, like, share, subscribe. Okay? And let me know in the comment section down below if this resonated for you. If you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, my contact information is down below. And I'll see you lovers in the next one, okay? Bye.